For us, we work a lot, particularly with Kenyans in the diaspora, because we've got a platform that allows them to actually buy and sell securities by themselves. So one of the things that we actually drive for them, in this case, would be what $100 would have bought you a year ago now has increased by almost 60%. So you can actually make significantly larger investments, and prices have dropped. So you're able to make significantly larger investments for less cash than or for the same cash that you would have had, and you have an opportunity for actually holding off and waiting for a longer period of time. And especially as the shilling declines, of course, if you're invested in the market, getting out creates a bit of a problem. But if you're outside the market, coming in now, gives you much larger capital based on the current pricing that we are seeing. The other thing to kind of observe is that the shilling weakening against the dollar wasn't just about the shilling itself, but also about the dollar strengthening against major currencies across the world, with a lot of the actions that the Federal Reserve has been taking over the last couple of years. So we expect to see increasing investment, at least, if we can take care of the availability of FX, so that if somebody actually wants to be able to buy dollars or exit their dollars, they can actually receive it, just like Eric said. That's the primary thing that we would worry about. But what we tend to see with a lot of the investors that we have on our platform, they're investing to come back home. So for them, the fact that they can get more now that the shilling is weaker actually is quite appealing for them, because they're able to put in more cash, less dollars or the same amount of dollars that they were putting in previously, but they're getting significantly more shillings. So they're able to build their wealth in local currency with the intention of coming back home to settle down and retire, and having made these investments when they were cheaper relative to what they might have been if the shilling hadn't weakened. So there have been some opportunities of that nature that we've seen. I think you've seen even with diaspora remittances have skyrocketed. We're doing about 671 billion in the last year or so. So there have been some benefits, let's say, for individuals who essentially would like to remain domiciled in shillings and will make their investments from dollars into shillings. So we've seen some good opportunities for some of our investors. Yeah.
Essentially the silver lining.
It's become cheaper to invest in the country.
Yeah, and I hope that actually drives up, some of the foreign exchange that's coming into the country. Eric, when it comes to the Capital Markets Authority, one of their mandates is protecting and growing the capital markets in the country. It should be marketing Kenya. Do you believe that it is marketing Kenya as a trading destination? How do we look when it comes to the international scope, even within the continent?
I think for the Capital Markets Authorities to be able to provide that enabling environment from a regulatory perspective. Of course, there's that secondary aspect of being able to market Kenya, but it's really ensuring that there's integrity in the market, and that provides confidence to investors when they're looking to invest into our market. I think to that extent they've improved. They've done well, I would say. There's various regulations. I think we need product. Maybe they moved ahead in terms of just having the regulation, but we need products which are also relevant. How do we ensure that the stock market remains and speaks to the ordinary public? So there's things to just look at that. But in terms of enabling environment, they've been very receptive. The transactions, as few as and far between that have come, they've been very responsive in providing feedback. They've been able to run companies through the regulatory sandbox and be able to accept new ideas. So I would say the CMA has, in a way, really sought to develop the market. I think it's to really strengthen also market players and the overall economic environment, which is also really critical for the performance of the economy.